Yo guys, what is happening? Welcome back. And believe it or not, I didn't actually expect to make this video, but I've got to. Somebody with some kind of common sense, somebody who's old enough to know better, because let's face it, you know, the majority of people who subscribe to certain YouTubers are just kids and they haven't got the life experiences. They don't understand how the real world works. They've never heard of anything called insurance. They've got no idea. So let me start off by telling the story. So it all happened around a few days ago, where unfortunately a YouTuber by the name of NoahJ456, his house got struck by lightning. And unfortunately for him, that it basically destroyed his whole house. I've watched the videos. You know, it's absolutely, you know, appalling what's happened to him. You know, it's an act of nature, an act of God. You know, he couldn't have planned for it any better. He had all surge protectors and that, but you know, obviously the initial fire via lightning striking, you know, he can't really do anything about it, you know. So I felt for the guy. You know, the guy come out on Twitter, you know, he's being pretty, you know, straightforward about it all, coming out, you know, saying that thankfully nobody got hurt. You know, that is the main thing. You know, possessions can be replaced, but if somebody gets killed, they are unique, they cannot be replaced, you know. So thankfully nothing bad happened to Noah, any of his family, loved ones, friends, etc. So then I started seeing, you know, comments popping up, you know, on Twitter. You guys let me know that people are actually, you know, wanting to start a GoFundMe for him. And I'm like, don't these guys realize, you know, these kids at home, don't these kids understand that Noah J is a millionaire? You know, this guy is going to have earned over 1 million on YouTube, if you take into consideration the amount of ad revenue he gets. And I've told you all, guys, you know, I'm a 30,000 sub channel. I don't really get that many views. I make 500 quid a month. So obviously you can multiply my 30,000 to get what Noah J gets. And obviously he earns a lot of money. Probably, you know, conservatively, this guy is at least on 100 grand a month. That's conservative, guys. That is conservative. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, by all means, you know, do the maths. I earn 530k. This guy's got, what, so many million? But that isn't just it, you know. Even if he doesn't make 100k a month on that, right? Let's look at it worst case scenario. This guy has got obviously some kind of brand deals in place which nobody's going to know about, because let's face it, you know, on YouTube nobody's really that transparent, you know, with the brand deals, like, you know, with controllers and, you know, capture cards, stuff like that. There's all sorts of stuff going off what kids don't understand. You know, he's going to have brand deals, he's going to get loads of money with merchandise, what he sells, t-shirts, all that kind of shit. You know, like this here is a tweet about his zombies posters. Now, they're on sale for £5, right? And the reason I'm making this video is he's put on here, please support the Noah J House Restoration Insurance Fund. Now, this is a guy who is basically, you know, relying on teenagers primarily, because older people like myself are going to see through this shit. They're going to see, you know, what's going on. We all live in the real world. We're not some kid, you know, with 20 quid a week pocket money who's oblivious to how the real world works. Noah has obviously got insurance. You've got to have buildings and house insurance. And then you're going to have personal possessions insurance. So basically, even though it's a massive inconvenience for the guy, even though I do feel sorry for him, everything can be replaced because he's got insurance. He's come out on Twitter and actually said, do not do a GoFundMe. Everything what's been destroyed is insured. It can be replaced. That is initially what he said. But then he comes on with this tweet and says, please support the Noah J House Restoration Insurance Fund. So this is basically, guys, a multi-millionaire YouTuber, because I'm sure he's probably multi-millionaire. A multi-millionaire YouTuber basically pulling on the heartstrings of young children to basically buy some of his merchandise, and he's using the tragedy of his fire, what happened at his house. He's using an act of God lightning striking his house to actually get kids to depart from their pocket money. And Noah, I don't really watch your channel that much. I don't know too much about you. I know you're a zombies live streamer, primarily. But Noah, this is a scumbag thing to do. At first, I thought, wow, we've got a big YouTuber here, and he's not going to do a GoFundMe. He was literally telling people, don't do a GoFundMe. But then all of a sudden, I'm sure somebody's told him, well, you could actually make money out of this, Noah. You know, if you play your cards right, Noah, you can make money. I don't know if this is Noah having bad advice from people around him, because he might have a manager or somebody like that. You know, the guy makes that much money on YouTube that he'll have people around him who tell him what to do because, well, he wants to, you know, probably, you know, maximize the amount of money he can make. I don't know. It might just be a kid, you know, who just makes videos and he has nobody around him, you know, giving him sound business advice. I don't know. You know, making a lot of assumptions here. But the one assumption I can make, or, well, I'm not making, is that this guy is very rich. He doesn't need, you know, people to support him to restore his fucking house. This is yet again a big YouTuber relying on children to fund him. He's got no morals. What kind of a moral is this for a millionaire begging kids on the internet, on Twitter, to help with his, you know, restoration insurance fund? What is a restoration insurance fund? You've got insurance, you know, it's basically, guys, right? Us older guys, you know, us who have actually got, you know, something in between our ears, you know, called a brain. We actually know how the real world works. I'm sure a lot of younger kids will think that this guy, Noah, is just somebody who records videos in his bedroom. They will not understand how money works. They'll not understand, you know, how businesses operate. They will not understand how the real world works. I'm sure that the majority of Noah's target demographic audience on YouTube will probably be under the age of, what, 20? And that's conservative. I'm sure it'll probably be way younger than that. But he is using the tragedy of an act of God, so lightning striking his house, burning the entire house down, literally. You know, well, ruining the house, let's put it that way. It's not burnt down. I'm sure they can repair it. But there's water damage, obviously, you know, from the firemen going in, pointing it out. Fire damage, you know, smoke damage. You know, it's not nice. You know, it's a terrible thing what's happened to him. But nonetheless, he's used this terrible thing to basically get pocket money from kids. You know, everything's insured. He come out on previous tweets saying, don't do a GoFundMe, but then he's done a 360 and then gone, oh, look, please, you know, buy some of these zombies posters, which, you know, you could probably, you know, download off the internet and print them out yourself. You know, there's nothing amazing about them. I know they're only $5 each. You know, this guy is a millionaire. He makes loads of money on Google AdSense. You know, and like I said, me on Google AdSense, 500 quid a month. That is what I make on an average month. Especially towards this end of year, actually. You know, and you've got to think, I've got 30,000 subs. Noah's got millions. And then you've got to take into the fact that he streams a lot. It probably makes thousands upon thousands of pounds every time he live streams with donations. You know, then he's going to have brand deals. He's going to have merch, you know, what he's selling. And then loads of other business things he does, which nobody knows about. The guy is a millionaire. And the only people who don't understand that are naive children. Because when you're kids, you're stupid. When I was 13, I was thick as fuck. You know, I didn't have an idea how the world worked. But for Noah to use, you know, his celebrity status, and let's face it, you know, he's a big enough YouTuber to be classed as a celebrity in my eyes, to use his platform on YouTube and Twitter to beg kids, you know, pocket money, milk round money, chore money, you know, to restore his house, which is insured, is disgusting. It's despicable. I'm so angry that he's taking advantage of children. And I'm sure kids are going to come and hate this video. By all means, hate this video. You're only hating because you're not an adult. You don't understand how the world works. And I can't blame you for that. You're going to hate. Go ahead, hate. But the sensible adults here will understand what is going on here. is using this situation to make money. And it's disgusting. And if you're an adult and you think that this is acceptable, you need to go and take your head for a wobble because it's awful. Absolutely awful. I don't know much about this YouTuber. I don't know if he's done stuff like this in the past. But, you know, I've seen this today. And it's disgusting. And, yeah, if I were a parent and one of my kids were asking me, you know, $5 to, you know, fund this guy's, you know, restoration insurance fund, which is a lie because he's obviously insured. He's come out and said on previous tweets that he's insured. You know, so what are we funding? We are funding just one thing, guys. His bank balance. Thank you for watching. Love you all. And if you're triggered, oh well, the truth hurts, doesn't it? Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.